Now I'm going to invite our faculty to take the stage. And while they do that, and also while Mr. Frank's combo, the Stud Muffins, take their seats, let me let you know that tonight's concert is being recorded by Ed and Lee Carr with Carleton Recording. And every jazz camper will get a copy of that CD as a part of their tuition. It will take a couple, 3 weeks for us to get that ready to go. Usually we have it out by the first part of August, so 3 or 4 weeks. And we will mail that to you. And I should also want you to know that Mr. Rauch, Joe's dad, who is actually kind of the unofficial KCCK videographer. He actually videotapes quite a few of the things we do. He is shooting video tonight, and again, in a few weeks after we match his video up with the sound that Ed and Lee have recorded, we'll be posting some of our segments to YouTube. And I will make sure that an email gets sent out to our Jazz Camp list when those are posted as well. And of course, we'll have links to them from the KCCK website too. I mentioned earlier that listening to jazz is a critical part of developing as a jazz musician. So we spent a little bit of time every day listening to our faculty combo play. And what they played, it ranged from running through all the combo numbers, letting all the students kind of hear how they were meant to sound. We played some songs out of jazz history that to give a little bit of perspective, and then just plain did some fun things too. So we're going to have our faculty combo number here in a minute, but let me introduce our faculty to you now. Of course, our students have got to know them as teachers, but I also want to give you just a few of their credentials so you can get just an idea of the quality of educator here that has been working with your kids all week. And let me begin with our piano instructor, who is standing back there so that he doesn't bump into me. He is retired band director from the Centerpoint Urbana District. He is a past inductee into the Jazz Educators of Iowa Hall of Fame, which is the highest honor a jazz educator in the state of Iowa can receive. And he is a prolific composer who publishes hundreds of tunes through the Barnhouse Music label, from middle school jazz charts and things for high school and middle school and even elementary bands, all the way up to professionally released CDs that are recorded by hot session musicians all over the country and sold over the counter. Then he has Paul Clark. Paul. Our guitar teacher comes to us from the guitar faculty at the University of Northern Iowa, and so he made the extra commitment of driving here from Cedar Falls every day, and we really appreciate that. Mr. Bob Dunn. Bob. Our two sax players, first off, Lynn Hart, who is one of the most in-demand teachers, runs her own private studio here in the Cedar Rapids area, and also is a first call player for bands all over the state. And she was one of our saxophone teachers, Lynn Hart. Our other sax teacher is the director of the jazz program at Indian Hills Community College, and again, came to us from Ottumwa, and that's Dave Sharp. Dave. On trombone, he is a fairly recent graduate of Cedar Rapids Kennedy High School, just finished his junior year at the University of Northern Iowa, where he is tearing up the jazz department. He's a part of several combos, just released a CD as a part of the UNI Commons collective that is outstanding, played at the Iowa City Jazz Festival over the weekend. Brian Crew. Brian. And you already met Mr. Frank, but I again want to introduce him. He's just finishing up his sophomore year at the University of Iowa, where he is in the music department and actually is the manager for one of the outstanding jazz bands there, Jack Frank. And as I said earlier, also an alum of this very jazz band camp. And let me see now, finally, our two directors, our co-directors. First of all, on drums, he's played all over the world and also a lot right here in our community. He is also the music director of KCCK's Schoolhouse Jazz program, as well as being on the faculty at Kirkwood Community College. Dennis McPartlin. Dennis. And our trumpet teacher and one of the directors of our big band, and I should mention Mr. Clark, also will direct a big band that you'll hear in a few minutes. Again, an educator who spent many years at the middle and high school level, and since retiring from that has been working on the jazz faculty at Coe College, is also a prolific composer and player, band director, the 2013 inductee into the Jazz Educators Hall of Fame, and, I can say it, can I? And will be joining the Kirkwood staff as the director, the jazz director, this fall. Mr. Al Naylor. Al. All right, and the faculty combo is going to play Olio. Sonny Rollins. Yep. Sonny Rollins.
Thank you.
And before they escape, I neglected to reintroduce Brad Locke, who is subbing in for Mr. Bird, who had to go to another gig tonight. But Brad, thanks again. Thanks for sitting in with the old cats here.